From our studios in Heijingai, this is the Fatherhood News Podcast. Here are today's headlines on the 4th of January, 3307. Good evening, I'm Zane Shepherd.
And I'm Chance Cook, live from the Fatherhood's new star system, BD plus 65 210. Our top headline tonight: while many have enjoyed the rest and relaxation of the holiday season, the Fatherhood political negotiators, backed by the Akhenaten Democrats, have expanded into BD plus 65 210. Later in the show, we will bring you a review of this new star system.
Meanwhile, the Coalsack and the Witchhead Nebula have suffered multiple attacks, with reports that 9 stations are now in flames. Local security ships have engaged the Thargoids in combat, but early reports show that they are being overwhelmed. Admiral Aidan Tanner, Chief Military Liaison for Aegis, said earlier that the scale of this Thargoid activity has never been seen before, stating that the budget cuts have contributed to inadequate defense measures they had hoped to have in place.
In war news, the BD plus 65 210 services and Akhenaten Democrats are engaged in bitter combat. Defenses for collective quantum solutions are suffering from the onslaught of the BD plus 65 210 services. Vipers and Eagles engaged in hit-and-run tactics, while Baraneki Arsenal defenses are falling short against the SRVs and federal assault ships of the Akhenaten Democrats. Traders and passenger services are reminded that local security forces will not operate in active conflict zones. Due caution and attention is advised.
Well, it looks like time for democracy is over for the GD69 League, with another unsanctioned war, this time in Gertrude, for control of Kier Dynamics Company's Dynamic Energy Analysis Facility. This scientific installation is the home of the greatest minds of the fatherhood space. It is a key installation, and experts predict if the GD69 League control this, it will lead to a new dark age for the advancement of medical science.
Despite conflict zones active around Corzin City and communal biological innovations in Shedi peace talks continue between Hodor Network and the Shedi Democrats, passenger missions are active to transport citizens away from the star system in fear that peace talks will fail.
The new V491 per se Law Party forces have been gathering on the outer limits of Ocampo Depot. Ndozen State Incorporated have requested an official explanation to this act of aggression. However, the Law Party simply stated that these actions were nothing more than war exercises, and no hostile actions are planned against Ocampo Depot.
Now here is Tamaya Sutton with the distant return.
A cup of Goman Yorpan coffee in hand, reviewing the number of jumps left to waypoint 9, Mad Dog MacD strapped himself in and powered his FSD drive. After 7 jumps he looked at the time and could see that hours have passed. He reviewed his exploration data, and that's when he realized those 7 jumps have changed the game. 2 undiscovered white dwarf stars, 1 undiscovered neutron star, and 1 undiscovered ammonia world. His to-do list is shrinking, with only an undiscovered black hole, undiscovered ringed Earth-like, and the ever-elusive undiscovered Wolf-Rayet star, her blank, unchecked box, reminding him his work is not done yet. With new fire in his belly, and faith in his skills renewed, Mad Dog MacD once again jumped, and as his body sensors alerted him that it's time to sleep, he made 1 more jump, and there, in the black, shimmering on the canvas of stars and nebulas, a small, easy-to-miss black hole. He disabled his suit's alarm and flew to it. As the scanners loaded the data, no name came back, and he knew this black hole was never seen with human eyes before. A small astrological anomaly to most people, but to Mad Dog MacD it was more than that. It was one step closer to reaching his goal.
Attention Blue Squadron. Are you tired of owning high-intensity CZs in your hyper-engineered Corvette? Are you a relatively new commander who would like to dip their feet into elite combat for the first time? Well, do we have the event for you. Join us for SUCK, Small Ship Ultra Combat Carnage on Saturday, January 9th at 1900 UTC. Bring your small combat ships, engineered or stock, and we will wing up and hunt pirates and attempt to decimate conflict zones together. Specific in-game locations to be determined. Hope to see you there, Blue Squadron.
The following is an urgent appeal on behalf of the victims of the Thargoid attack in the Coalsack and Witchhead Nebula. On the 31st of December 3306, the Thargoids attacked a number of stations and millions of citizens lost their lives. Commanders are flying in to provide urgent relief to those citizens. Our brothers and sisters are suffering. The following is a dramatization of the actual events happening every cycle on those stations.
Girls, come with us. We need to get you out of here.
No, we have to wait for Mum and Dad.
Your mom and dad are not coming back. We have to get you out of here before the fire gets worse.
No, you don't know. They will come back. They promised me.
Don't worry. It's okay, Annie. I'll look after you now. I won't leave you. But we have to board the ship.
They'll come back, won't they? They'll find us. They always do, Haley. We just have to wait for them. Dad always comes back. He wouldn't leave us.
No, Annie. It's just us two now. We have to leave.
Come, girls, quickly. We do not have much time.
Many commanders are en route to the Coalsack and Witchhead Nebula, but they need more, so much more. So, traders, passenger service providers, combat pilots, your fellow citizens need you. No part is too small.
In election news, the Antobri Star Systems Crimson Electronics Limited hostile takeover bid for Crooked Grove Gardens facility meets a number of legal challenges that reduce citizens' confidence in Crimson Electronics Limited ability to manage this tourism hotspot. This failed hostile takeover bid will have major repercussions for the COO, Steph Simpson's diversification plans that were outlined in the Investors Conference a few weeks ago.
The annexation of Dente Works by the dictatorship of the official Antobri Defense Party continues today. This illegal election against the autocracy of Antobri seems to show that the Defense Party are gaining support for a second day. Surprisingly, the outspoken Prince, Ronald Koshaw, has been quiet on the subject, leading to rumours that he has lost control of the autocracy.
The lucrative Tanner Penal Colony management contract in Ashandras is now open to tender, with a number of factions looking to add this low-labor cost production facility to their portfolio. Shuijing Netcom's organization will have an uphill battle to maintain this contract. The first faction to tender for this will be Iridium Wing. The Fatherhood News has reached out to Eva Williamson, the head of public relations for Shuijing Netcom's organization, who had this to say.
We know we've provided an excellent service to the star system and improved the workers' conditions. No other faction has a track record or the know-how to maintain the level of productivity from these inmates. Do we really want to go back to the failed days of thinking these individuals can be rehabilitated?
Gomkrua Corporation's control of the lucrative planetary base of Junshua Arsenal is hanging in the balance today, with election officials reporting a 2-2 tie in the latest results of this election. Passenger mission frequency has increased by 10.7% according to traffic reports that has surprised all election experts that have predicted an easy win for Phoenix Corp.
With election for a Tukube base due to start imminently in NLTT 13249, the LFT 269 Corp has gained an early lead in the election for Delta Company encampment in Hlin. This military station has seen a small but powerful faction expanding to 3 other star systems, and the loss of Delta Company encampment to Hlin Silverlife Partners could shift the fortunes of this faction.
We are receiving breaking news that the first case of the outbreak has been reported in LP 128-9 group in Kia. Fatherhood emergency response teams are en route with keelbacks launching from Shedi, Badaba, and LHS 28.
League of LHS 197 order was forced to order a recall of their patented organic matter sorting machines that were found to have an error in the code that would classify some Thargoid materials as fit for human consumption. However, the League of LHS 197 order stresses that no actual case of this has been verified by their internal audit team, and citizens have no cause for concern. The League of LHS 197 order has rejected any calls for an external audit verification.
So, Chance, how is our new star system? Anything of note for the explorers out there?
Well, Zane, with over 32 planetary bodies in the system and 17 landable planets, explorers and material hunters will certainly have plenty to do and see here. But this system doesn't just have icy bodies within the first 700 light seconds of the main star. 4 high metal content worlds await, 3 of which are landable.
And one of them is Duckworth Terminal, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, a triple R terminal with no commodities market for traders. However, silver is currently in high demand in the Belyavev Gateway. Biowaste and aquaponics systems are selling well above market value in Stephanie Shin Piperport, and both of those stations are under 400 light seconds from the main star.
I'm sure Fatherhood commanders will take advantage of this lucrative route. Is there anything else of note that can be found in this new star system?
Well, I know you like your orbital installations, and I think I may have found a new holiday home for you with amazing views. This star system has a dual agricultural dome called Blackwood Meadows that supports the 7.62 million citizens that are native here. But if you don't like the heavy traffic of an agricultural installation, then maybe the Conjunct Performance Hub would be more your style.
I would have to convince my partner to move again, and I don't even think my prismatic shields could hold up to that onslaught.
Yeah, that would be an issue. Finally, this amazing star system is home to not 1, but 3 visitor beacons. But to find out more about these, you will need to visit them for yourself.
Thank you, Chance. I cannot resist a visitor beacon, and I hope one day to visit them all.
For the Fatherhood News Podcast, I've been Chance Cook.
And I've been Zane Shepard. Remember, Commanders, don't dream of the stars. Fly amongst them. Thank you, and good night.